Sweet. So we're learning to think in sets with SQL. And we have this schema. And we just did this query. And now we want to see the exact same thing, but we want to see all recipe classes that aren't associated with any recipes also. How do we do it? Okay, cool. I know I need to do some sort of a left or right, and a left join will give me anything that's not associated with what's on the right. It gives me what is also associated, right? Left join. But it'll also give me what's not associated. So that's a left join. A right join would be that. I'm going to do a left join, okay? And so I have, and let's just line these up. Oh, we do. Recipe class description, recipe title, recipe sequence number, ingredient name. We are going left to right up there. And we have recipe classes and recipes. Cool, so I just need to left join this. Done. You! Getting this stuff, right? This is not going to work. Let's see it not work. Hold on, I just put in the wrong one. Where's my stuff on the left? Right? I should have a couple of classes in there showing up with no records on the right associated with them. And that never happened. Right? Everything is associated. There's none that aren't associated for the recipe class description. So that didn't work. Why didn't it work? Let's think about it. Here is order of operations, inside out, starting from the inside, working our way out. Here's our first set, recipe classes. We're going to left join that to recipes. Perfect. That's going to give me all my recipes connected with all my recipe classes and any recipe classes that aren't connected to the recipes. Great. And that's my first set. And then what do I do with that first set? I then join it to some other set. What happens when you join it? Well, just give me the stuff that's connected. Oh, I just lost what's not connected. Sweet. Well, let me get everything over here that's also not connected. Left join. Great. Now I'm going to get everything over here that's not connected and everything on the right. Sweet. Well, dang. And that gives me this set. And now with this set, if I don't say, hey, left join that, I'm going to drop it there. Right? And then that's going to give me this set. So I'm carrying those things all the way through, the ones not associated with anything. Because I keep saying as I get a new set, the stuff on the left that's not connecting anything, I still want that. Right? Here, left join. I still want it. Now let's do it. Got to think in sets. Here's my set. What am I doing with it now? I'm connecting it to a new set. How do I want to connect it? What does that first set look like? Well, it's got those records that aren't associated with anything. If I still want those, I need to give it a left join to bring them along. So if we look at this, what other interesting little queries can we do with that? We could look at, does measurements have something not associated with anything? That's an interesting question. Let's write that query. So let's get this one up here. So I'm at my joins. How would I get it to show me whether or not measurements has anything that's not connected? Any orphans? Right join. Where did I put it? On the very last one. Very last one, baby. That's all you need, right? Because here is a set of data. That's a set of data, right? So I'm taking all that stuff in pink on the left. I'm going to right join it with this other set of data measurements. And when I right join it, it's going to give me everything that they have connected and anything that's on from the right set that's not connected. Let's see. Let's see if measurements has anything in it that's not being used. Less than you'd imagine. That measurement's not being used. Nice. How would I get see if there are any ingredients that aren't being used? Okay, so we got this. Right join on ingredients. And then, so we get this set here. And then we right join on ingredients. And that'll give us any ingredient that's not being used. And that gives us that set. Is that all we need to do? We're going to join that now to another set. What happens when we join two sets and only use an inner join? All the records that aren't connected get dropped. Okay, so what happens if we right join measurements? What side of the set is the data that we want the orphans from? Is it on the right or the left? Or what side of the join? Is it on the right or the left? Which set do we want the orphan records from? The set on the left or the set on the right? What's the highlighted pink set give us? Does that give us the orphan records? Yes! Left join. Yes, because this right here, here's one set of data, and we right join it to ingredients, which will give us this. It'll give us all the ingredients which aren't connected to anything. Cool, and then we get that set of data right there from that right join. And then we're going to join that set of data with another table, measurements. So if we want to keep the ones that aren't connected on the left, we have to do a left join here because we are joining this stuff on the left, which will include those orphan records, with the set on the right, which will just include this. Let's see if there are any ingredients that aren't being used. That was awesome, y'all. So we're looking for an ingredient name that's not being used, right? That's what we're looking for, ingredient name, this one. Baking soda is not being used. Awesome. How would we get both ingredients and measurements that aren't being used to show up? Yeah, right? Because you hear that person outside just hoot a little, woo, that was perfect. Right, we got this set of data, and then we right join it with ingredients, gives us all the ingredients that aren't being used. And then we also want to see the measurements that aren't being used. And if we do a full join, it gives us what they share in common and the ones on each side that aren't being used, that aren't connected, right? So we'll get the stuff over here that's not connected, which is in this set, the ingredients. And we'll get the stuff over in measurements that's not connected by using a full join. Baking soda less than you'd imagine. Great job.